The bedroom. This is where it happened. Now to look for clues.
The window.
I went over to the window and peered out. A dismal view of the little brook that ran down beside the house.
Look at the glass.
The glass in the window was greasy. No one had cleaned it in a while, inside or out.
Look down at the brook.
I watched the little stream rush past for a while. The house probably had damp, but otherwise it told me nothing.
Something else.
I leant back from the glass. My breath had steamed up the pane a little.
Look at the steam.
A cold day outside. Natural my breath should steam. But I could see a few fingerprints, as though someone had pressed their palm against it. They faded as I watched.
Breathe on the glass.
I breathed gently on the glass once more. The fingerprints reappeared.
Something else.
I looked away from the dreary glass. The steam from my breath faded.
The desk.
I turned my attention to the desk. A lamp sat in one corner, a neat, empty in tray in the other. There was nothing else out. Leaning against the desk was a wooden cane.
Take the cane.
I didn't understand your choice.
Pick up the cane.
I picked up the wooden cane. It was heavy and unmarked.
Look at the in tray.
I regarded the in tray, but there was nothing to be seen. Either the victim's papers were taken or his line of work had seriously dried up. Or the in tray was all for show.
Turn on the lamp.
I flicked the light switch. The light gleamed on the polished tabletop.
Something else.
I took a step away from the desk once more.
The bed.
The bed was low to the ground, but not so low something might not roll underneath. It was still neatly made.
Look under the bed.
Lying down, I peered under the bed, but could make nothing out.
Lift the bed cover.
I didn't understand your choice.
Lift the bed cover.
I didn't understand your choice.
Lift.
I lifted back the bed cover. The duvet underneath was crumpled.
Remove the cover.
Careful not to disturb anything beneath, I removed the cover entirely. The duvet below was rumpled. Not the work of the maid, who was conscientious to a point. Clearly, this had been thrown on in a hurry.
Pull back the duvet.
I didn't understand your choice.
Pull back.
I pulled back the duvet. Beneath it was a sheet, sticky with blood. Either the body had been moved here before being dragged to the floor, or this was where the murder had taken place.
Test the bed.
I didn't understand your choice.
Test.
I pushed the bed with spread fingers. It creaked a little, but not so much as to be obnoxious.
Remake the bed.
Carefully, I pulled the bed sheets back into place, trying to make it seem undisturbed.
Something else.
I took a step back from the bed and looked around.
Move the light to the floor.
I picked the light up and set it down on the floor.
Look under the bed.
I peered under the bed. Something glinted back at me.
Reach for it.
I fished with one arm under the bed, but whatever it was, it had been kicked far enough back that I couldn't get my fingers on it.
Knock it with the cane.
Positioning the cane above the carpet, I gave the glinting thing a sharp tap. It slid out from under the foot of the bed.
Stand up.
Satisfied, I stood up and saw I had knocked free a bloodied knife.
Pick up the knife.
Careful not to touch the handle, I lifted the blade from the carpet.
Look at the knife.
The blood was dry enough to show up partial prints on the hilt.
Leave the room.
I'd seen enough. I switched off the lamp, then turned and left the room. My police contact Joe was waiting in the hall. So, he demanded, "Did you find anything interesting?"
I found the murder weapon.
I found the murder weapon. Good going, Joe replied with a grin. We thought the murderer had gotten rid of it. I'll bag that for you now.